3, 2, 1, go.
16.4 is open and ready for fitness at Schriever Air Force Pace. KATRIN DAVIDSDOTTIR and SARA SIGMUNDSDOTTIR going head-to-head as they left off at the CrossFit Games last year in 2015. KATRIN taking that first place, SARA in third, and they will start with 55 deadlifts at 155 pounds.
And Chase, we saw that SARA dropped that intentionally first before KATRIN did. She has a plan, and I don't know if you watched the open updates with Pat Shorn where he talked to both of these ladies before, but SARA said 2 movements she wanted to see, deadlift and handstand push-ups. So she got her present here today.
Definitely saw the smile on her face when Dave Castro announced deadlifts were going to start 16.4. SARA SIGMUNDSDOTTIR has just a slight edge on KATRIN DAVIDSDOTTIR. If you look at the top part of your screen, your leader between the two athletes will be in blue, as the red athlete will denote how many reps back they are. KATRIN will take a break at 40. SARA SIGMUNDSDOTTIR will pick it up at the same time, as well as our 3 airmen who qualified to be here in a chipper style event. And Cherie, you're talking about altitude. KATRIN and SARA don't have experience with this altitude, but the 3 athletes competing with them today do.
They absolutely do it, and I don't know if you just noticed what happened there with SARA. I don't think she intended to break that at 47, 48 reps. She took a huge deep breath and looked just a tad bit winded or surprised there. But yeah, these airmen, they've done this before. They train here every day.
SARA off the deadlift first, and she will miss her first wall ball shot. It's a 14-pound ball to a 9-foot target. KATRIN DAVIDSDOTTIR is about 20 seconds behind her. And Sri, when we first heard this announced, it was really hard to digest exactly how challenging these deadlifts were going to be. You spoke earlier about it's sort of that middle of the pack rep scheme, middle of the pack weight. I think both of those combined together can be very devastating if you don't pace it out well.
Very winding to pull that bar off the ground at that weight for 55 reps. And now, one of the most winding movements that we have, you know, basically the thruster with a ball, a wall ball, is known for just crushing people's engines. So, and they're getting huge sets. This just goes to show how unbelievably athletic these women really are.
Just past the 2:30 mark, SARA SIGMUNDSDOTTIR has a 5-rep lead on KATRIN DAVIDSDOTTIR, who's on the left in the green shorts. Our 3 airmen on the back platforms working through the reps, but stepping forward at the right part of your screen, Jessica Trundy, who actually won that qualifier chipper, has moved up to join our 2 women.
For good reason she won that chipper coming up. That was amazing, getting those deadlifts done in under 3 minutes.
Jessica Trundy onto her first set of wall balls, 14-pound ball to a 9-foot target, as both Greg Overton and Mark Skinner are still on their platforms trying to keep pace with Jessica. But SARA SIGMUNDSDOTTIR has just 3 more reps remaining before she is finished through her set of 55 wall ball, and she'll miss just hitting the bottom of the target, and that might leave a little bit room for DAVIDSDOTTIR to catch up. But SIGMUNDSDOTTIR at 3:36 is on to the rower, and we move from one exhausting movement to another.
I tell you what though, Chase, I hate to say this, but I think the row is where you're going to catch your breath. Sounds silly coming out, but when you've just done those deadlifts and those wall balls and it really gets your heart rate up and you're winded, you can settle in here and you can recover on this 55 calorie. And I like to point out, they still have 8 minutes left in this event. They're going to get through this round.
SARA SIGMUNDSDOTTIR holds a 20-second lead on KATRIN DAVIDSDOTTIR. It's the same amount she had coming off the deadlift. So KATRIN didn't lose any time on the wall balls, as Mark Skinner, Greg Overton, and Jessica Trundy are on their set of 55 wall ball shots.
You can look for the ladies, whoever would be in the lead, to be at about 165 to know that they're getting close to get off that rower, and that'll keep you on track to how much longer they need to be on there.
As SIGMUNDSDOTTIR still has a 9-rep lead on KATRIN DAVIDSDOTTIR. She's about 18 calories in. We have 2 races going on at the same time. Second Lieutenant Jessica Trundy in blue at the top part of your screen is 86 reps in. She'll need to get to 110 to finish her wall ball shots, and she's moved 17 and 26 reps ahead of her fellow airmen.
Showing why she took first place in the event, to be here in front of everybody and to make her husband proud overseas.
Past the 5-minute mark, your 3 airmen being led by Jessica Trundy. She has about 13 reps to go before she moves to the rower herself. But the race on the rower is between SARA SIGMUNDSDOTTIR and KATRIN DAVIDSDOTTIR, and SARA has moved up. She had an 8-rep lead getting to the rower. She's extended that to about 11. You can see the top part of your screen. The reps donated by Katrin's name is how many she is behind SIGMUNDSDOTTIR. And Cherie, like you said, 165 is the number to see. So she's about 22 reps off of getting off the rower.
And more importantly, looking at the watts, that pace that the two were holding, Katrin was holding right about 900, a little below, and Sarah's holding 967, about 1,000. So we're getting a little more power out of Sarah right now, which means she's going to keep her lead, and you can tell by looking at how much she's pulling ahead here.
And to your point, Cherie said this is the time where you can almost recover or rest on the rower. 900 cals pace-wise, this is a pretty easy pace for most female athletes. You see the guys tend to creep over
definitely
around.
Not me, but maybe other most.
Maybe for these two ladies.
Yeah.
But this is definitely, you can tell that they're almost biding their time, knowing that you can get through the handstand push-ups quickly if you're efficient, but you didn't blow yourself up getting to it.
And she is still holding a high pace right there at about 920 to 940 right there. And she's getting ready for that second movement that she wanted out of this open workout.
Hand in the air for SARA SIGMUNDSDOTTIR as she's moved her reps past Katrin by 13. Jessica Trundy is on to the rower at the 7-minute mark. 6 minutes remaining of this 13-minute AMRAP as 16.4 is live and underway at Schriever Air Force Base. And SARA SIGMUNDSDOTTIR at the 7:10 mark will waste no time, and she will move into her 55 handstand push-ups.
That transition from the rower to just go right overhead and bust out reps. She has done right now about 15 already to start as her first set.
The number you're looking for to finish out the entirety of the round is 220 repetitions. At the top part of your screen, SARA SIGMUNDSDOTTIR is at 185. And you can see how fast you can tick these handstand push-up reps away, because Davidsdottir has moved back 23 reps at 1 calorie to go. Davidsdottir will join SIGMUNDSDOTTIR on the wall right about the 8-minute mark with 5 minutes remaining.
Plenty of time to get back to those deadlifts. Just waiting for them.
Super.
Now, Sarah has gotten a few no reps from her judge. She's struggling to get her heels over that line right now.
And that line denoted previously, before they started this, it was the same one they had last year. Height dependent for the athletes, but it is very tough to get as you get more fatigued, because it does matter as far as hand placement and making sure your heels get over the top of that taped line.
And you can see how she's being much more deliberate now in each one of those, so she doesn't lose any more reps.
Mark Skinner in the forepart of your screen of our 3 airmen tackling 16.4, still on the 55 wall ball shots, but alone on the rower. Jessica Trundy is just destroying these two guys.
You can see the combination of movements is starting to catch up with her. The rowing is looking slightly like it's in slow motion, so she's trying to catch her breath after just really doing a phenomenal job on those deadlifts and wall balls.
4 minutes remaining until we hit the 13-minute cap for 16.4. SIGMUNDSDOTTIR has lost some of that extended lead on Katrin Davidsdottir.
At this point, she's lost about 8 reps, and what you'll notice the difference between these two women is that Katrin is really pointing her toes down very significantly, and Sarah, now you can see she did it there, is starting to do it more dramatically in order to get that heel over that line.
And what are the couple things that she can actually do to make that a little bit easier to get herself up there?
Pull her hands a little closer to the wall, or point those toes down. Make sure that your hip doesn't go back towards the wall. That shortens you as well. So there's several things you can do.
Sigmundsdottir at 218, 220 is the number she needs before she's done with her final repetition, and right under the 10-minute mark, SARA SIGMUNDSDOTTIR has 3 minutes remaining to work her way back down the chipper.
And it was just waiting for her over on the platform to pick up that deadlift, and I want to make some bets here that she's getting to that wall ball.
It took her about 1 minute and 45 seconds on the first go around. She has 3 minutes in total to get back to the med balls.
Still able to do a big set of 10.
Sigmundsdottir has 15 reps done of the 55 she needs to complete. As we're slowly approaching the 11-minute mark, Davidsdottir in the back part of your screen. Few reps left for her to go.
KATRIN started right in the middle of her set of handstand push-ups, starting to get no rep as well. So similar experience, and there you can see her judge just no rep on that handstand. You've really got to pay attention to where your body is, the hips, where your hands are, where your heels are, in order to make that rep count.
As Davidsdottir is trying to track down SARA SIGMUNDSDOTTIR, our 2 airmen, Mark Skinner and Greg Overton, has finally joined the rower with Jessica Trundy. Jessica winning that qualifier that Schriever Air Force Base held to qualify to compete here today for 16.4. She'll probably be off the rower done herself pretty soon.
And it appears as though SARA is really competing against herself now and against the leaderboard in order to keep herself up at the top of the open and really not have to do this event again when she leaves here.
Sigmundsdottir, 255 reps to go. 275 is the number you're looking for, as KATRIN Davidsdottir has 30 reps to make up, but only 60 seconds to go. KATRIN Davidsdottir is to the bar, as Sigmundsdottir has 20 more reps before she finishes. Definitely a far cry from the first round starting off this event.
And look at the look on KATRIN's face. She is just in the zone. She's going to try to hold on to that bar as long as possible to catch up.
We've seen her ability to hang on to some heavy deadlifts before, as that actually led to her winning the 2015 Reebok CrossFit Games. Sigmundsdottir, Davidsdottir, back and forth on the deadlifts. 20 seconds remaining. Sigmundsdottir has 10 reps to go. 9. Can she get through these deadlifts? She's running out of time, as Davidsdottir is doing everything she can to just stay within striking distance. 5 reps and only 5 seconds to go. Can Sigmundsdottir get through the deadlifts at the buzzer? And with 1 rep shy, SARA SIGMUNDSDOTTIR will take 16.4.